Let's make a plan for the day. You are not the same Ebony. Don't give up. All right, you guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome as I take you through year number 2, where we are applying pressure. This week, I am just gonna give you some things, some tips and tricks, and just some inspiration of things that I wish I would have known, some of the things that I've learned going through this journey. I kind of wrote them down, so if you see me looking down, I'm just kind of referring back to my little note. They're not in any in particular order. They are just some of the things that either I wish I would have known or I'm happy that I did. Somewhere that you can kind of cut a step out of your journey, and maybe you won't have the same errors, or if you come across this video, hopefully it'll help you. First thing I'm going to say is do your research. Doing your research is an understatement. Like, a lot of us, we get information overload and we're just sucking in all this information and we don't know what to do with that information. What worked best for me is I have a notebook, and all the information that I would get, I would write it down and I would research that information and then see what resonates with me and what doesn't. And then I would kind of mark it off of my list. But I kept a book of if I was in a clubhouse meeting, if I found something on Facebook, wherever, if I found something in the course that resonated with me, I would write that down. And I kept it and I referred back to my notes. So doing your research is just simply something that has to be done. You cannot walk into this journey blindly. You need to know what a notary public is. You need to know what a loan signing agent is. You need to know your state laws, business formation, what type of business you're running, what are your long-term goals, what are your short-term goals, and where do you see yourself? And study, and always remain a student. You'll never know everything. Like that, I'm still learning. I'm still taking all types of courses. I invest in myself. And not to say like I'm throwing down $8,000, $9,000 or anything, but if I see these free trainings, I make sure that I invest my time in them. Maybe even if it's a training that I have to pay for and it's within my budget, I will definitely invest in that, because I'm always going to be a student, and anytime that I can learn and grow, that's going to be helpful to my business. There are a lot of business expenses. My most expensive thing that I pay for in Ebony's Mobile Notary is my toner. I have an HP printer. I like my HP printer. I like HP products. Personal choice. My toner runs me about $100 a week. I can buy the off-brand toner, but it will deactivate my warranty. I don't want that. So I make the sacrifice and I buy the toner I want. You buy the printer and the toner that is in your budget. I walked into this knowing, if you get this HP printer, the toner is going to be expensive. I had one issue with my printer and HP fixed it right away. And I just heard yesterday I was doing a signing that Canon bought HP. So we'll see how that goes. But you got to make sure that you got a little bit of seed money. I see a lot of people, they're like, they want so much for free, like there's not expenses to this. And I'm not saying go out here and pay for everybody's everything. Toner is an expense that you're not going to get around if you got a Brother's, a Canon, or whatever. HP, whatever, Xerox, you still going to have to buy supplies. You're going to have business expenses, and we want to try to keep them down, but there are just some expenses that we can't get around. I know I see a lot of people, I'm just using my inkjet printer for a while. Well, I just keep going. What else do I spend money on? Gas. These are all things that you got to take. Some people do use a Google Voice. Some people have separate phones, as I wanted to separate everything. And that's what worked for my business. I don't have anything against people who say, I got a Google Voice number, it works fine. Great. You see? All at the same thing. You do what works best for you in your business. What else do I spend money on? Toner, gas, paper, all types of supplies, car expenses. You know, we got to change our oil a little more frequently. You might hit that 3,000 or 5,000 mile mark for your car a little more frequently. I have to make sure that my car looks decent. I'll try to make sure that I got the little thing vacuumed out and things are nice and neat in the car. Try to make sure I get to the car wash, you know, just so that I'm not pulling up in some dump truck versus when I was working in the nursing field. I didn't care, you know, I would have cans in my car. Definitely be ready to spend money on things like that. And there are so many other expenses that I have, but maybe that's not so much of Ebony's Mobile Notary. And then it will kind of transition over into 757. If you're in the 757 Facebook group, I try to bring a lot of value. I try to do a lot of things like have virtual brunches, in-person brunches. I speak at different places. All those things have an expense to it, but we're going to keep it on Ebony's Mobile Notary. Another thing I want to talk to you about is the mindset shift. When you start this business, you think, oh, I'm not going to change. You know, we go through I'm always going to be true to myself. I'm going to be me. I'm going to do this. I am not the same person. I don't think the same. I don't walk the same. I hold my head up high now. Like, it's a good thing that I'm not the same person. The old Ebony, she ain't go nowhere. She ain't do nothing. She minded her business. She went to work. She came home, raised her daughter. I didn't do anything fun. I didn't go out. I didn't do anything. I don't have a story to be like, girl, this one time but now to see where I am today, first of all, it was still okay for me to mind my business, but I couldn't go into this business doing the same things that I was doing the day before. I couldn't go into this business as an employee. I had to go into this business owning the fact that I am the CEO, owner. I am the operator, founder. And you a one-man show, you everything. I'm housekeeping too. I'm maintenance. I'm IT. I'm all of these hats. But it feels so good to be all of these hats. When I wake up in the morning, when we do have a lot of people that work 9 to 5, we wake up, I don't feel like going to work. I don't feel like doing this. I wake up, yes, I get another chance to operate my businesses, to be great again, walk in my purpose. And I think when you start to shift that way, everything will flow. A lot of people know, like I said, if you're in the Facebook group, I make my bed every day. As I'm making my bed, time for me just to be humble and say, you know, whoever you believe in, I'm like, thank you for another day on this side. Thank you for another opportunity in this journey. Thank you for allowing me to have an open mind, an open heart, for giving me this season so that I can grow and help others. So it's that mindset shift, because before, a machine. I got up, got in the shower when my daughter was little, got her dressed, took her to daycare, took her to school. I went to work, came home, I made dinner, cleaned up, I went to bed, repeat. And that was my life. As my daughter got older, when say so much, she didn't need me because she was driving by then. It was nothing for me, you know, on days that I was off, which was very few and in between, to be in bed by 6 p.m. There was nothing going on in my life. I never had to be nowhere. No one was checking for me. I wasn't checking for anybody else. And that was my life. Versus now, I have this notary community. I have notary sisters that do check on me, that want to make sure that I'm okay. I have people that I can call. Hey, you know, how's business going? And I've got this idea. I just don't know how to execute it. Somebody that's speaking the language that you are speaking. In this notary journey, a lot of people don't understand. They be like, oh, a notary can't make no money and you can't tell them nothing else. They don't relate to you. Something that I learned early on in the clubhouse room, getting you a notary buddy. So when you're having a hard day, they understand. And you guys can encourage each other and lift each other up and work through those hard days. And maybe when you're ready to throw in the towel, you got your notary buddy that say, not today, Saint. That's definitely one of them. Hard work. People don't think that this is not hard work. This is hard work. Doing the signings, I've always said, being at the table is easy. The signing date, initial. Giving great customer service, no matter what the situation is. Continue to gain clientele. Like, I'm always looking for my new potential client. Always mapping out on who can I reach next to let them know that my name is Ebony and I'm the owner of Ebony's Mobile Notary Service. And I would love to assist you with any of your notary needs. That's where the hard work begins. And then you have to be consistent with it. And that's where it starts with making my bed. I know that if I make my bed every single day, that is something that I do consistently, then I can do the next thing consistently. If I can do that one small thing, two things, and then I just keep adding it up, and then I map it out on a day. A lot of people know my day starts at 5 a.m., 7 days a week. And it's because it's out of habit now. My eyes automatically open. And they say it takes 21 days for something to become a habit. Make something in your business a habit. And that's what I do. I started with making my bed. Go take your shower, get dressed, check your emails. Then from there, what signings do you have? How many signings do you have today? Let's make a plan for the day. And even if I wasn't getting signings, it would be, how am I going to get signings? What marketing can I do? What can I do to make my business known? What can I do to grow my business? That's what I would do. Hard work. Have a plan. Your plan can change, because y'all know mine definitely did. I went into this one to make $10,000 in 1 year. I was able to do that repeatedly over the last year. But make a plan. Maybe your plan is, I want to start this business and save $5,000. Do it. Write it down. Have an attainable goal. I wouldn't say I want to start this business in 90 days. I want to be driving a Corvette. I guess that's a plan. Maybe. I'm thinking more realistic. Like, I'm starting to clean up my personal credit. So I know that I'm taking money out of my earnings to put away to pay off some things on my personal credit. And that is an attainable goal for me. Like, I have an old T-Mobile bill. I think I got it maybe 7 years ago. It ended up in collections. And I know that I can do something like write a letter and all these credit repair things, but let's call a spade a spade. It's my bill. I had T-Mobile. I was in a contract. I went on a cruise. I talked on the phone. I ran the phone bill up. I didn't pay it. I owe them their money. They can have it. That's my theory on it, but I have seen where they have these, and I've done it. I've paid for that credit repair, and I think I paid like $400 for it. They're supposed to send letters on my behalf. Everything that was on my credit is still on there. So I'm not doing that again. But what I am going to do is, to the debt that I know that I do owe, which is one of the things like that phone bill, I'm just going to pay it. But I have a plan. That's me. You got to have patience in this. And patience is a virtue, y'all. Like I said, I got commissioned in February. I ain't had no job. My back was against the wall. I needed a signing. I needed more than just a signing. I needed some money. Like I said, my car was behind. My rent was behind. Everything was behind for me to start this business. But God kept saying, keep going, I got you. And I'm not saying go out here and quit your job. I'm not saying do what I did. Patience is key. Have a plan and know that your why can change. I did everything I could to be patient. I did everything that I could to learn. And I was able to get that first signing by April 1st. It was $75, y'all. Let's be realistic. When your rent is $1,300, $75 ain't hitting on nothing, right? But I stayed patient. I stayed knowing, okay, if I can get one, I can get two. If I can get two, I can get four. If I can get four, I can get 8. And if I can get 8 in a week, what else can I do? Let me go for 10 in a week. And every single week, I just worked harder and harder. Who's my new client? Who can I direct market to? Who can I send an email to? What signing services can I sign up for? And I put it all out on that spreadsheet, and I just kept going every single day. I just put my time and my energy into building my business. I wasn't going out to eat with nobody. I wasn't talking to nobody. I wasn't making new friends at that time. I mean, I had a notary community. I was in Clubhouse. I'm soaking up all the information. I'm doing what I got to do by putting in that hard work, by changing my mindset, having a plan, and being patient and understanding that this takes hard work, dedication. It takes time. And learning and growing and always being a student. I knew that I had changed. I was like, yo, you are not the same Ebony that you were yesterday. The hardest thing that I think I had to learn in this was people gonna be people. And just because you own a business, that don't make you a good person. If I hadn't been through some of the life things that I had been through, this business would have broke me. I had to realize real quick that people are going to be people. All people don't have your best intention. When people see you doing something, when they see that light and they see that, whoa, that you walking in your purpose, they'll try to tear you down by any means necessary. I've been taken advantage of financially, mentally. They've tried to destroy me on this journey, but my skin is tougher than that. As you know, I always thought, oh, we're all business owners. We're all good people. We're not. That was definitely a hard pill to swallow. People who I thought I could trust, people who I thought were really genuinely my friends, they weren't. Fortunately, I did find some people that are genuine, have my best interests, are not looking to hurt or anything like that from me. And I've been able to surround myself with some great people. In this journey, you'll figure out who resonates with you and who doesn't. And everybody is not your cup of tea. It's okay. But you want to build those genuine relationships, y'all. Build them and you'll find out. Don't give up no matter what. Keep going. Just keep remaking your plan. Say life hits you against the wall and you got to go back to working your 9-to-5 and doing this is just overwhelming. Let's just go back and regroup and replan and know that in business, it's not going to be perfect. You're going to make mistakes and it's okay. We've all made mistakes in life. That is what this is. We're going through life. We're just doing business and it's so amazing. So I hope this video helped you, gave you the courage to step out on faith and run your notary business. Do it. It will expand your mind. It will change you into a person that you never saw coming. So I wish everyone the best. And please like and subscribe to my channel as I bring you the real, authentic. There is nothing fancy about me. I am just out here running my business, learning and growing every single day. I'm taking you guys with me and we applying pressure all 2022. Thank you.